All right, good afternoon, 1157 students. My name is Jack Cape, and I am instructing your unit of English 1157. This is my fourth time recording a welcome slash syllabus video for you guys, and this will be my last time recording a video. So if I screw up or misspeak, you're just gonna get this video. So first of all, welcome. This is my face. Uh, Secondly, it is important that you watch this video. And to ensure that you do watch this video, I will be interspersing little pieces of trivia throughout the video. And the first piece of trivia is that my favorite color is green. I also, at some point, accidentally uploaded a couple of videos in the last week to the Moodle page. One of you at least saw them. So if you've already watched those, my apologies, but you're gonna have to watch this one too. All right, guys. So I'm pulling up the syllabus right now. I would love for you to follow along at home, but I obviously can't enforce that. But my goal with this video is just to go over the syllabus quickly and briefly and sort of hopefully shed more light on what we're going to be doing this semester and adding some clarity. All right, so my name is Jack Cape. You guys all know my email, and this course is asynchronous, which you all know, meaning that we are not meeting on Zoom and we are not meeting in person. There is a chance we could start meeting once a week for 45 minutes on Zoom. However, that is dependent on finding a time that works for everyone. And because your schedules have already been set, it's going to require quite a bit of work. That might be an option as we move ahead, but for now, we're going to remain fully asynchronous. Excuse me. Your textbook is on the Moodle page. I am pretty sure you all have access, and a few of you have emailed me about it, and I've hopefully shed some light. It's on the Moodle page. It's there. It's an ebook. We're not going to be using the textbook a ton. It's going to be supplemented by various other articles and readings and essays, but we will be using it from time to time, so it's good to know where it is. The course description. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but basically, this semester we're essentially, all the work is building towards three big projects: the narrative, the profile, and the review. So these are, you'll also hear me refer to these as long compositions. And what I want to say about that is that it's very important that you do all the work leading up to these. So the free writes, the readings, all the little assignments are very deliberately engineered to ensure your success with these longer compositions. So please take that to heart. Learning outcomes, I have to put those in by law. Basically, ideally you will learn to write well in this course, to put it very simply. Long compositions, short compositions, we'll talk, I will hold your hand through all of this. Process work, that's what I just talked about. Okay, assignments and grading. You'll note that these three long compositions are worth a lot of your grade. That's not by my choice, but that's the reality. So take that into account. And about the sort of little assignments that you're doing, the sort of weekly deadlines that you have, my grading system is based on points. And so to that end, I just want to say it's important that you submit something rather than submit nothing. There might come a time in the semester where you are inundated and you do not feel as though you can make a deadline, and you've missed the deadline and you just think, oh, I've missed it, I can't do it, I'm just not going to turn anything in. Please try and turn something in, because then I can at least award you a certain amount of points. That's really all there is to it. And that goes for sort of the weekly things. It's much more important to submit something than to submit nothing at all, even if it's not your best work. Because obviously, if you don't submit anything, I'm obligated to give you a 0. But if you submit something, I have the option of awarding you, say, 50, 60 out of 100 points. You know? And that, trust me, you don't have to understand it, but it's better in the long run for you. Okay, grading, take note of that. Revisions. Okay, so now I am near the bottom of page 3, being part of an online class community, and all I'm going to say about that is be courteous. We're not meeting in person. We don't have the ability to sort of wink and smile at each other. Everything that we say to one another comes down to the power of our written word. And there are going to be times in the semester where you'll be commenting on one another's work, you'll be doing peer review, and it's just very important to be courteous and to be polite. You can disagree with a point, but make sure you're phrasing it kindly. Again, we don't have tone. You know, all you have is your written words. So take that into account. Public nature of writing, class participation, we are fully online. All I can say to that is just please participate. Please do the assignments. Please, you know, if I ask you to respond in email, respond to it. Once I start holding office hours, I would love it if you guys showed up. Yeah, just try. Just engage. Academic integrity. I am in the middle of page 4, and you'll notice that I wrote in all bold, do not plagiarize. And I'll tell you why. First of all, you shouldn't plagiarize. Second of all, it's the year 2020, and we have algorithms now that catch plagiarism. So when you submit your work, it gets run into an algorithm, and it gets paired up against everything on the internet to check for similarities and commonalities. So it will get caught. Please do not do it. I will have to fail you. You will have to meet with the dean. Your entire academic future will be very much at stake, and that would be such a shame for something as foolish as plagiarism. Let's see. Now I'm at the bottom. Moodle submissions. Oh, I see. There was some confusion about this. You are welcome to just post. If I want you to do a Moodle discussion forum, that's fine to just post in the forum itself. When it comes to turn it in, and when it comes to submitting assignments, when it comes to uploading papers onto Moodle, those do need to be in Word documents. They do need to be formatted according to these specifications that are at the bottom of page 4. It's very standard. Deadlines. Okay, so I do want to say something about deadlines. Please take note of them. I will be sending you weekly, probably a few times a week, emails reminding you of deadlines. If you do not think you can make a deadline, you need to communicate that to me. And you need to hopefully communicate that to me well in advance. And I'm much more inclined to work with you on an extension or something like that. If you come to me in with 2 things in mind. Number 1, if you just own it. And if you didn't manage your time properly, just say it. And say, hey, Mr. Cape, I screwed up. I did not manage my time. You know, but I can do this. Secondly, if you come to me with a plan and say, hey, I know I cannot do this Friday deadline. However, I can get this to you by Monday at this time. And if I can see that you've thought about it and that you truly are in a bind, I will be inclined to work with you. That being said, this is case by case. But if you are feeling overwhelmed, this is a crazy semester, just please be communicative. Please talk to me. Oh, and that takes us right to emails and instructor-student correspondence. Yeah, when in doubt, send me an email. Be in touch. Be in clear and honest communication. Yeah, I will get back to you. I check my email all the time. You should also be checking your email at least once a day, probably more like twice a day, and I would even say on Sundays as well. I will often send out Sunday emails. If you read them Monday, it's not the end of the world. Please use your UNO account. Let's see, finals, we'll talk about that later. Conferences, I do intend to have conferences. I want to meet and speak with each and every one of you. That'll probably be more towards the midpoint of the semester, so we'll talk about that later. Check your account. Okay. Lastly, all I really want to say is this. Well, first of all, I know this is a required course, and I know that it's possible that there are many of you who are not super excited about taking this required course. And I have two things to say to that. Number one is that I get it. I do. And I'm going to meet you in the middle, and I'm going to provide readings that I at least think are interesting, and I'm going to be here for you, and hopefully be a supportive and worthy guide through this course. But me coming in the middle means that I also ask you to meet me halfway. And to that, I just say, just try, just engage, just, meet me in the middle. And the second thing I have to say to that is that this is a required course. So if, God forbid, you fail this course, you just have to take it again and again and again. So, might as well get it right the first time. Do it with me so you don't have to do it with me again. Yeah, and I'm sure I had other things to say. But that's what I've got for now. Hopefully I'll be posting more videos where I'll sort of talk about the assignments that we're doing week by week and things like that. Oh my goodness, trivia. Okay, I did the one at the beginning, and I'm going to do this one at the end. My favorite movie. That's hard. What did I do last time? My favorite movie is Star Wars. But, pick one. No, don't pick one, but... Alright, I'm ending this video. Thank you.